House of Representatives has listed a series of cultural traditions it will outlaw, especially those infringing on the fundamental rights of widows in Nigeria. They include preventing in-laws from taking over possession of property belonging to the late husband and forced marriage between a widow and her deceased husband's brothers. According to Punch, on December 12, 2021, the House said it was about to abolish certain traditions and mourning rights that dehumanize widows. The Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act Amendment Bill 2021, which is awaiting second reading at the House, specifically lists and defines the cultural practices, some of which are considered as mourning rites that must be performed by a widow. The bill seeks to amend the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act number 19, 2015 to prohibit the discrimination against widows and all forms of repressive and degrading widowhood practices, provide for remedies for victims and penalize offenders. The bill proposes amendments to Section 46 of the Act by inserting definitions. The proposed inspection partly reads, "Consent means free, full, mutual, voluntary and informed decision not extracted under pressure or vitiated by external factors such as constraint, and consent is absent when coercive methods are used, such as pressure of various kinds, emotional blackmail, physical duress, violence, abduction, confinement, and confiscation of official papers to deny a person the option of refusal." Harmful widowhood practices mean all traditional behavior, attitude, or practices which negatively affect the rights of a widow and include compelling a widow to: 1. Express her sorrow of losing a husband by wearing black, white, or any other color of clothes, not taking a bath or having a change of clothes, or wailing and falling against her will. Again, go into seclusion for any length of time, sleep in the same space with the body of her deceased husband, and again, unweave her hair, keep a low cut, shave or scrape her hairs, sit or sleep on a bare floor or mat, cook or eat from broken plates, swear to an oath or drink the bath water of her deceased husband in order to prove her innocence, and any allegations or as part of cultural practice under any guise, whether levirate or surrogates, enter any form of marriage without her consent, undergo any other repressive and degrading widowhood practices, maltreatment of a widow, property grabbing against a widow, willing of the matrimonial home to another person when the late husband is survived by a widow and has not remarried, transfer of the legal guardianship of a child of a widow to another person unless it is proven that she is of unsound mind and body, or vesting guardianship of the child with her would be detrimental to the interests and welfare of the child, disinheriting a widow from a property jointly owned by her late husband and in-laws. The bill also defines discrimination against widows to include any distinction, exclusion, or restriction made on the basis of her being widowed, while levirate marriage means the marriage of a widow to the other brother of her deceased husband. It further reads, maltreatment of widows includes domestic violence, sexual assault, forced marriage, trafficking, property grabbing, conversion of property, forced eviction, repressive widowhood practices, as well as discrimination against widows. Property grabbing includes taking of property of a deceased person from his widow or children, and such property may include the marital home, land, or any other movable or non-movable property. Surrogate marriage means a husband engaging in marriage or sexual relationship with the sister of his wife, usually after death of his wife or his wife is proven to be barren. Meanwhile, a widow residing with her in-laws or parents according to custom, tradition, or due to other circumstances shall not be denied access to the facilities under this bill on that ground. The bill also proposes a national day for the prohibition of discrimination against widows, women, and girls to be marked every May 23rd. The National Agency of the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons will also be responsible for the enforcement of the proposed law according to the bill. Unanukwa? Unanugo? Una don hear so? So all these people now, the so-called senators, whether they are the representatives of rep or the senators now, at the upper chamber. So these are the things that they were elected to do. All these ones are supposed to be later, the nitty-gritty, the real thing that the people really want, that the people are suffering from. Those are the things that are supposed to do. All these ones are supposed to be later, additional. But the first thing first. Some people might say, oh, all these ones are really necessary. But I come to think of it, all the loss that we have on ground, this impunity that we are experiencing, we are talking about, what are they doing about it? They will tell you, let us even bring it down. The law says that nobody should be, okay, first and foremost, bail is free. They will tell you bail is free. In the recent, is bail free in this country? Or are they not aware that bail is not free? Even if it is in, why it is in the constitution, everybody knows that bail is supposed to be free. But they are aware that police are not, you can't go there and come out empty-handed. Secondly, that whether 24 hours, somebody must not stay in police custody for 24 hours or 48 hours, either of the two. The person should be charged to court. Are we not seeing impunity of in that regard, that they always allow that to happen? That is happening. All of those laws, they are not even obeying. No. So this one are the one. Oh, people are hungry. Have you ever passed a law to say, oh, let schools, let students be giving student loan? Oh, those who are not working, pending when they are going to work, let everybody's information be in the data of the country, national data. No, they won't do that. They will never do that. Those are the things. See, let me tell you, what is causing all this nonsense is poverty. It's really poverty. If the people, the so-called people who are victims of all these things, if they are financially okay, financially independent, all of this nonsense will not come. You know, it's just a joke. Somebody was asking, there's a viral video that was going, there was this video that is going viral when a man was trying to cast out demons out of some of the congregations. When you see the people, you see they are very, very, the very local people, in the sense that when you see them, you know from our own judgments or assessments. But the question is that, and at the end of the day, pastor was trying to, push the person or lay hands on the person so that the person will fall. But the person he was laying hands, that one now turned against him and began to fight the pastor. And something just came to mind is that if you have all these politicians, their wives and the politicians themselves, if they go to a church, even if they are having legions of, what is it called? Legions of demons. You see that this pastor will dare not, you want to go and touch a commissioner's wife or a governor's wife or a president's wife, say because he gets demons, which you might see the demons there freely, you see it, but fear will let you go near the person. No, now they won't do that. Instead, they will still be bowing to the demons. They will be painting all manner of things. No, that is on the side. But the question is that the real things, people are hungry. Children are out of, millions of children are out of school. You are not seeing all those things, all this amajiri all over the place. In other regions, we have a lot of children that are just underage children, fending for themselves, hawking here and there. Underage marriage, you are not saying anything about it. They talk about equality, women and men equality. They will say, no, it's not possible. People are suffering. What is making us to be underdeveloped country? You are not tackling that. You are going to tradition and what have you. Let every family, let them know how they are going to do this. Even if people have problem, if they come to police, they come to government, will you be able to solve their problems? All the laws you have made, concerning the social life, have you been able to amend those ones? Have you been able to work or follow up all those things? These guys are not serious. Oh. They are not serious at all. What about, oh, God bless you, what about underage marriage? Useless lawmakers. No, they won't go that. Promulgate law to end underage marriage. Do that. No, they don't. They didn't put that. They didn't add that to their laws. You can imagine. Good move, but how about laws to stop seeking foreign loan? Change 1999 constitution law. Leave widows alone. Umuna is taking care of that. Which culture still forces people that don't want to be with each other to be together? Misplaced priorities. Important things are neglected while they are chasing shadows. It is people marrying underage they won't morally police the pedophile, which is even more important as far as moral and rights go. They won't do that. They know what they are doing. They will just be doing all these things. Picking all these things. So guys, let's hear your opinion on this.